Peace, love, and light. Welcome to the channel. I am Child of Oshun. Today we are starting the series on how to recognize the men of the Zodiac. And we're going to start today with the Aries man. Thank you for joining me today. Make sure you hit the like and the subscribe before you go, okay? I pray that you are well, that you have your health, your inner peace, and that the universe has sent abundance and blessings into your life and will continue to do so. All right, let's talk about the Aries man. These are people born between March 21st and April 20th. However, depending on what you're reading and who the astrologer is, those dates will vary, but it's generally from March to April 20th, okay? The ruler of Aries is Mars, the god of war and destruction. These are our warriors, our warrior class of men, right? Now, keep in mind that when you meet people and you're trying to figure out who they are and what they're about, the zodiac sign, the sun sign, rising sign, and the moon sign will vary. And all three of these things will affect the personality, the will, and the emotional body of that person. So the ascendant or the rising sign shows us what they look like, what their appearance is. The sun sign gives us the personality and the ego and the will, what they're about. The moon sign is the emotional body, right? So a person could have an Aries sun sign, but have a Pisces moon, which means that they would be more emotional. They could have an Aries sun sign and have Virgo on the ascendant. So the looks are going to be different, right? So keep in mind that all these things come into play. So we can kind of speak about the Aries man kind of generically, but pretty much the personality is the same, all right? So let's take a look here. Now, you will notice in Aries man, not because of his looks, they could be tall, short, skinny, fat, doesn't matter. You'll know the Aries man by his confidence. He will enter the room and let everyone know who he is and what he's about, okay? He's usually very well-dressed, well put together, especially the older Aries man, all right? Now, we have in the Zodiac, the Aries is the beginning of the Zodiac, and then we move through all 12 signs to Pisces, right? So we're looking at the beginning stages of the Zodiac sign. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in a second. So here, let's take a look at our famous Aries. You'll see here pictured Marshawn Lynch, who is a football player. I believe he's retired now. And the quote here says, he didn't want to be rich. He didn't want to be famous when he started playing football. He wanted to hit people. He was angry. Okay? So you'll notice here in the face, now one thing I can say about the Aries man, the eyes are usually, you can tell, they're usually very serious. There's almost like a sadness to the eye. They're usually very stern and serious in the face, in the appearance, especially if they have Aries on the ascendant, okay? The Aries man, because of the Mars aspect, they tend to be in the military, competitive sports, football, basketball, baseball, anything that deals with guns, extreme sports, competitive sports, things like that. So I'm going to show you some more examples of that. If these men have regular 9-to-5 office jobs to make the money, they usually have those types of hobbies on the weekend. So they'll be on a football league or a team or soccer team or something on the weekend. If they play sports professionally, that's like the best career for them because they're out and they're active. This is an enthusiastic and passionate sign, right? Okay, so let's look at our next slide. Here we have Tyron Woodley, who is a UFC fighter. And I'm not sure if this is martial arts or I have to look some more into it. So again, notice the seriousness in the face. If I was a man, I wouldn't want to go up in the ring against him, okay? He looks like he will knock you out, okay? So again, a boxer, look at the body. You know, he looks like he's built to be a soldier, right? Okay. Here we have an example of our Aries actor, which is Russell Crowe. And he could easily get typecast as being a general, a commander, someone in charge of an army, in charge of groups of men, right? Another famous actor who gets typecast is Gene Hackman. He gets typecast as some type of general, a leader, commander of some army, the Marines, you know, things like that, okay? Now, on the flip side of that, the Aries man is very funny and witty, very likable. They're very quick-witted. They come up with things very quickly when they're speaking to you, very assertive and forthright. This is Eddie Murphy. Now, if I saw him, I've seen him do some serious roles, you know, dramas, and I don't buy it. You know, even when he's trying to be serious, it doesn't really work well to me for Eddie. I'd be curious to see what his ascendant sign is. But here you see the other side of the Aries man, which is being very charming, very boyish-like. He's got the dimples. A lot of them have dimples. Very cute and attractive, you know. And let's move on. Okay, here we go. Here's the other side of the Aries man, which is the seriousness. This is Marshawn on the football field, and he looks like he will take you down, okay? So the Aries man kind of gives off this aggression, but he can also give off a boyish charm. So it's easy for a beautiful woman to kind of approach him and, you know, just kind of lean into his chest, and he'll protect you like a big teddy bear. You know, they can be very, you know, loving and affectionate in that way. The Aries man will either be a part of an organization or groups of other men. He's usually well respected by other men because of his success in competitive sports, competitive nature. Like I said, he might be an office type of worker, but then on the weekend, he might be involved in a gun club. You know, they tend to be around other men, like camaraderie and competition. The other side of that is they will also have a large connection of women. These are men who have no problem accepting gifts, money, you know, attention from different women. They have the ability to manage people. Remember in the tarot that the emperor represents Aries. You see that? So this is like boss energy, a leader, leadership, a king. So they're very good at managing groups of people to get what they need or to use people as resources. This includes women, okay? So know that if you choose to date the Aries man, he usually has at his disposal a lot of women. They could be platonic friends, they could be women that he's dating, they could be women that he's just talking to with the intention of dating. He might have one main girlfriend, but there's always somebody in the back a plan B that's waiting. So there's always another woman in the wings, right? They can commit to one person when they decide to make that decision, but it's not unusual to find them kind of bouncing from one relationship to the next, to the next, to the next, okay? They do get bored easily. They like excitement, and even in their activities as well. So they'll pick up a hobby, they'll, mess around with it and then drop it and move on to something else, especially if he has Venus in Aries, okay? All right, let's see. Next picture is, here's Marshawn again. So here's the other side of him that you can see that boyish charm coming through. He's got the dimple there. He just looks like a cuddly teddy bear, Despite whatever the Aries man is doing, if he is dating multiple women, in his mind, his plan is to provide and protect for all of them. This man is a provider and a protector. He's not going to let anything happen to you, okay? And this, again, draws a lot of attention and women to him, Okay, so there's Marshawn. Now, there's a lot of famous singers and actors that are Aries as well. This is Marvin Gaye. Those of you who are from an older generation, you know who this is, or your mama knows. Soul singer from the 60s, 70s, 80s. And very attractive. When he's not smiling, you can see the sternness and the seriousness in Marvin's face. Now, remember what I said about the gunplay, soldiers, war, things like that. Marvin actually shot his father, okay? So Aries does deal with guns. It also deals with the head. Aries rules the head. So these men are prone to headaches. They're prone to knocking into things, walking into things, and injuring the head, okay? Again, back to the football playing. All right, here's another singer. This is Teddy Pendergrass. Again, if you are from an older generation, then you know who this is, or your mama knows who he is. Teddy had all the women. The women would swoon, and he was a singer. One trait about the Aries man you'll notice is the deep masculine voice, which Teddy had. These are not men who have like high, squeaky, high tone voices. No, they usually have deep voices. Again, seriousness in the face. He does have dimples under this beard here. You can see it. This is the other side of Teddy when he was performing. Very attractive man. Ladies would, throw their things on the stage to him. He was very tall and lean. He kind of gives me Aquarius or Sagittarius vibe because of the body type. Yeah, but Teddy was an Aries man as well. Okay. Here we have Tyron Woodley, which is our UFC fighter here. Look at the face. Look at the neck, the shoulders. Soldier. Okay, warrior. This is him in action. Okay. And I think this is the end of our slides. Here's Tyron again. Look at the eyes, the face, the symmetry of the face, the chiseled look. He probably has Aries on the ascendant. I'm gonna look at his chart, but yeah, typical Aries man. And he has dimples too. All right. Yeah, I could give you a list of other Aries actors and singers and famous Aries men. One part, I did not include David Justice. He's also an Aries man as well, plays baseball, okay? So you guys leave me a comment, hit the like and the subscribe. Let me know if there's an Aries man in your life and if this video resonated for you. Come back and see me. I'm going to be doing the Taurus man next, and we'll look at his personality and his appearance in the next video. If you need to contact me, my information is in the description of the video. I appreciate you for joining me today. Peace.